Okay, let's take this again. Hello everyone, I am Screen Scene Guru. This is a coverage video on Raw, SmackDown, Elimination Chamber, all good things WWE. So if you are a big fan of that, be sure to like and subscribe, follow the channel. So, it's been a while since I've updated on the channel. I am catching up fully now that we are in the month of March. Starting off with, we've got Raw coverage from February 23rd. This is, of course, the AJ Styles send-off episode. So we started off with Gunther interrupting a celebration. He was kicked out by Adam Pearce, studio manager, and of course Dragon Lee came out and attacked him, his co-tag team partner. We got the Usos backed up Cody Rhodes from the Vision, and then of course Jey Uso defeated Bronson Reed and the original El Grande Americana to win his Elimination Chamber match. Unfortunately, during SmackDown, he was taken to the hospital in an ambulance, and Logan Paul filled his slot for the Elimination Chamber. We get to see Liv Morgan chose Stephanie Valkyrie for her match at WrestleMania. And then Natalie defeated Maxine Dupree as of a knockout. Brock Lesnar issued his open challenge to WrestleMania. And then Javon Evans defeated Kofi Kingston from the New Days. So really interesting stuff there. CM Punk vowed to remain the World Heavyweight Champion, even going after the OTC, Roman Reigns, claiming he would put him in the ground next to his father. Very interesting claims there. Raquel Rodriguez defeated Iko Sky and Kairi Sane in a triple threat match. So she's available for the qualifying match of the Elimination Chamber now. Got to see AJ Styles left his gloves in the ring, and The Undertaker announced he will be introduced in the Hall of Fame. So really cool stuff for AJ Styles. He got to have a good retirement party. Now going on to the Elimination Chamber, which just happened on February 28th. We got to see the match between the 5 women. Rhea Ripley ended up coming out on top for the women's match, and Randy Orton ended up securing his own slot at WrestleMania, which is very interesting. We also got to see Drew McIntyre did interfere with the Elimination Chamber. We also got the Masked Man appeared as Seth Rollins confirmed. The Masked Men that have been showing up actually have been from Seth Rollins' school, so he has been taking his revenge on the Vision. Really awesome to see this Elimination Chamber match. It was like behind the ESPN paywall, but you were able to see clips on YouTube. We got to see the infamous match between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. AJ Lee got her title, Women's Intercontinental title. This was her first solo match in 11 years, so really cool stuff there. Then we got, of course, CM Punk kept his heavyweight championship against Finn Balor. This is like the 3rd time he's gone up against him and beat him. Then we got, of course, Randy Orton won the 2026 Men's Elimination Chamber. But that was after Logan Paul took out 3 components. He took out Trick Williams, he took out Javon Evans, and I want to say he took out LA Knight also, which is very shocking. And then everyone pretty much ganged up on Logan Paul. I'm not exactly sure who took him out. I want to say it was Cody Rhodes. But after Cody Rhodes took out Logan Paul, it was all over because Randy Orton took him out. And yeah, also people said LA Knight suffered a knee injury. That's why you saw him kind of trip off of standing on the top rung. But yeah, really awesome stuff going on. We did see Drew McIntyre try to interfere with the match, and we got the manager of SmackDown to confirm there would be a title match between Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, on Friday Night SmackDown. So let me go right into that, because that was the latest match we just had. This was, let's see, trying to go back to it. Full highlights. March 6th. Okay. So the full highlights for March 6th. Go out of here real quick. Got so many folders open. Okay, so we got it. March 6th. Here we go. SmackDown results. Elimination Chamber winner, Randy Orton, vowed to walk out of WrestleMania, the WWE Undisputed Champion. The Viper hit the unspoken Trick Williams with an RKO, so his iconic move. And he's got new merch out as well, guys. There's new merch you guys can check out. Then we got, let's see, Carmelo Hayes battled El Tayo, and Dr. Wagner Jr. Oh my gosh, from AAA. Wow, so we're getting some AAA fighters, some luchadors in SmackDown in a hard-fought United States Champion match. So that was really cool. Did he retain his title? Yeah, he did. Carmelo Hayes defeated El Hijo and Dr. Wagner Jr. to retain his United States title match. So that's really cool for Carmelo Hayes. He is our undisputed United States champion. Then we got to see Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss defeated Galia and Katia James. They're NXT babes. But really cool to see Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss back on top. They need to get their titles back on SmackDown. Then we got to see, what is this? Tag team turmoil match between Fraxium defeated Motor City Machine Guns. So I'm not exactly sure who all they were. But then we got to see Los Garza defeated Fraxium. So that was cool. Los Garza, they're pretty good. And then Los Garza also defeated Wyatt Six after an intense from the MFTs. So, really cool stuff there. And then, of course, Damian Priest and R-Truth defeated Los Garza to become the #1 contenders of the MFTs. So, really cool to see R-Truth back. He is one of our Attitude Era wrestlers with Damian Priest, another really good wrestler. Then at the end, we got to see Rhea Ripley inform WWE Women's Champion Jade Cargill that she will take her title with sheer force at WrestleMania. Intense war of words. So we saw, Liv Morgan already made her choice of Stephanie Valkyrie. Now Rhea Ripley has to make hers of Jade Cargill. So very interesting match set there for WrestleMania. Then at the end, we got to see Oba Femi defeated Johnny Gargano. So that's cool. The ruler was able to come in and dominate. Cody Rhodes defeated Drew McIntyre to reclaim his undisputed WWE Championship title. This is the third time Cody Rhodes has won the gold back. So really happy for him. All is right in the WWE universe. There is a new Monday Night Raw tonight, guys. This is March 9th, so be sure to check it out on Netflix if you guys aren't watching already. Pretty sure they'll cover the Elimination Chamber match in this Raw, too. So if you guys haven't gotten a chance to check that out, they'll definitely cover it for you on the show. Thank you very much for following my channel. Appreciate it very much. I do have some notes to go into just real quick. For instance, Britney Spears was recently arrested in California for a DUI. Take my glasses off because I don't need to read super close. But K-pop Demon Hunters and the new Frankenstein movie from Guillermo del Toro have been chosen to be on the Criterion Collection. So that's pretty cool for physical media lovers. Pavel is a pretty good YouTuber. He's got the Cinquativo YouTube podcast. Talks about ufology, aliens. He was recently talking about Burchett and what he's seen in Congress. Apparently he's got a list of names, people that are given access to programs. Apparently Mr. Burchett was recently threatened. He said several of the names on the list are non-cooperative, hostile individuals that would have no problem taking his life instead of asking questions or answering questions. So Burchett is now aware that there is very real danger in coming and asking people about these programs. We got Jesse Michaels is going to host a podcast with whistleblowers, so that's really cool. Director of ASAP knows where to look for these supposed UAP craft bodies. They've been recovered, supposedly. Daredevil Born Again, we got a teaser trailer for season 2 coming out late this month in March. So it looks pretty good. Netflix buys an AI tool from Ben Affleck, which this tool is apparently made to do post-production, so finishing up a movie. They're saying that the tool isn't going to use to replace actors or take anyone's jobs, but it is interesting. This is Netflix moving into the AI realm. What do you guys think about that? We got 2 animated Ghostbusters projects coming out. One is a movie and the other is a series, so very interesting stuff there. So far, it sounds like the timeline, it's set around the same timeline as the original cast of Ghostbusters, so Bill Murray, all of them maybe coming back to do voice roles. So that could be cool. Ross Coulthart recently on News Nation was talking about children being abused by the government in the GATE program. Recently talking about portals in the National Forest Service being covered up. So that's a big deal. Then we've got, let's see. So yeah, directed energy weapons were recently confirmed to be real as well. This is speculatory, conspiracy talk, but a lot of it has been confirmed over the last few years. Batman Part 2 casting. So we've got a weird situation here. They're talking to Daniel Craig to play Harvey Dent's dad. They're just trying to fill in this role of Harvey Dent's dad. But apparently if Daniel Craig doesn't pull through, like how Ben Affleck didn't work, or sorry, not Ben Affleck, Brad Pitt. So they were going to talk to Brad Pitt, that didn't work. Now they're getting Daniel Craig, and they're saying if they can't get him, they're going to get Liam Neeson, which he's already been in Batman films. But apparently they trust these actors. They don't want to risk hiring on someone new. So that is interesting. Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum, is being teased as the beginning of a new trilogy. So what do you guys think about that? I know War for the Rohirrim got mixed reviews. I was a really big fan of War for the Rohirrim, even though it was animated. The Middle-earth company or corporation, whatever they're going to do with Warner Brothers, needs to expand. Let's see. Amazon MGM does still own the Silmarillion. So the age of storytelling before The Hobbit, before Lord of the Rings. That's why they're doing Rings of Power Season 3. So Amazon MGM is still a big contender when it comes to Lord of the Rings. Super Mario Galaxy is going to be one of the longest Illumination films ever made by the studio. It's going to be 1 hour and 35 minutes. So that's not too long, a little bit over an hour. I think the first one was a little bit longer than that. But David Ellison talks about Paramount HBO merger. So the HBO Max shows are going to be on Paramount Plus. You don't have to mess around and worry about your subscription. I know some people have a cable internet subscription that allows them to have HBO Max. So that may be concerning for you if you have like Comcast or Discovery Internet, get a package bundle deal. You may need to negotiate something in the next couple of months coming up. I'm just waiting, counting down the days to get my HBO Max stuff on Paramount. Wall Street downgrades Paramount's stock to junk due to them having so much debt. They have like $79 billion in debt because they're buying Warner Brothers. So people have actually speculated, will they get to buy Warner Brothers because they have so much debt, or will they have to sell it off at a lower price? So very interesting stuff here. And then let's see. So 2026 may not be financially successful for Paramount due to their slate being kind of lackluster. I mean, we just had freaking Scream 7, which I saw in the theater opening night. But not a lot of films after Scream coming out that are going to make a lot of money. I mean, we've got Scream 6, or not 6, sorry, Scary Movie 6, and Jackass 5, a couple other projects, but nothing that looks like it's going to be a big moneymaker. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah. Universal now, Scary Movie 6 is going to go up against Masters of the Universe. So both those movies are coming out on the same day. What do you think about that? We've got Paul Bettany from Vision in Marvel. He's also been in numerous other things. I liked him in Legion, Priest. Paul Bettany has been supposedly rumored to be Voldemort in the HBO Max Harry Potter series. Don't know if that's true or not. We heard that Cillian Murphy may have been Voldemort, and he denied it. Spider-Man 2 and Batman 2 set to both start shooting by next year, but there is no chance of a crossover yet. James Gunn's addressed Pattinson's Batman is still Elseworlds, and his Superman, Man of Tomorrow, is still part of the Superman saga he's working on. Mr. Colehart talked about Hillary Clinton's her deposition, her testimony for the Epstein probe, how she talked about Pizzagate, many other things. Fascinating that the hearing went through, John Podesto's emails and other things. And yeah, they talked about Stars to the Academy, Tom DeLonge's Academy to the Stars, how it was supposed to be a offshoot of Disclosure, but it didn't pan through because of the election 2016. Hillary, of course, didn't win. That was going to be her plan for outing this phenomenon. Hillary claims that she didn't know anything about UAPs or their programs, even though she was Secretary of State for a very long time. A lot of people believe that she was read in on these programs. She supports the national security effort to keep these things classified if they need to be. So that's kind of concerning. But General Neil McCasland is still missing, guys. This is a big story that hasn't been covered on the news. He was one of our top Air Force generals that was read in on these clandestine programs. He was the head of the science department in Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. And the fact that he has gone missing is very concerning. A lot of people think it might be some foreign affairs due to the global conflicts going on around the world with Iran, China. So Ross believes he could be a victim of foul play. We're not sure. Hoping for a safe return to his family, or from him to his family. He did mention that the Nancy Guthrie case is getting a lot more coverage than this General Neil McCasland. But apparently Neil McCasland is like the OG guy in the Air Force that would have access to all these SSI special access programs. He was in the PJs, special access projects. So yeah, really concerning that he has gone missing. But his wife did leave a comment, kind of a joke, that he may have been beamed up by a mothership. So this is the first kind of time we've seen a missing person, their relative or their spouse say, "Oh, I'm not too concerned they're gone because they could be on the program." Very interesting. So yeah, some breadcrumbs were being left by Tom DeLonge and this general, McCaslin, because they were chatting for a long time until the emails were leaked. The WikiLeaks email dump exposed Podesta, exposed Tom DeLonge, and unfortunately these people haven't been able to like come back together and like get stuff done because all their dirty laundry was out in the open. Just a little bit of notes left right here. We've got whether it's weapons or energy-based bases, no nuclear facility is secure. Ross Coulthart has said there's been incursions above the airspace of these bases. There have been times where these devices have been turned on. He's talking about ICBMs, nuclear devices. In Russia, there was a nuclear sub that was activated. It nearly launched, but they were able to not rectify. I mean, the Russians couldn't do anything about it. Their missiles turned on, they almost launched, and then the phenomenon simply turned them off again. Similar situation here happened in the United States, where a lot of our missiles were turned off and then reactivated. None of them launched, but the fact that the beings were able to show some form of non-human intelligence. And they mentioned it was an electromagnetic phenomenon, too, that interfered with the systems controlling the missiles, too. So that's very interesting. The Looking Glass planes have been deployed to Iran. These are planes specifically designed to sniff out nuclear material or detect a dirty bomb. So the Looking Glass planes, these are similar to the Doomsday plane that was seen in LAX a few months ago. That is meant to be a White House contingency for if a nuclear strike were to happen. They could get the president on a plane and easily move him to continue the cabinet, continue the government. Yeah, the psionics are very interesting. The child experimentation, that stuff is coming out. What do you guys think about this? Have you heard about the stories of this pink pills or pink liquid being used to make kids forget about traveling to underground facilities to get psionic testing done? And some of this testing sounds straight up torture, not very good for these kids' psyche, and that's why hence the pink pills or pink liquid is introduced to make them forget. Yeah, very interesting stuff here, guys. That's pretty much it for Ross's coverage. I will leave a link to the video in my description if you want to check that out. I did also watch the main event this Thursday night with, oh gosh, what was her name? Ivy Nile and another chick that was like an acrobat, like a judo master. Pretty good video there. I'll leave that in the description as well. But yeah, the fact that portals exist, what do you guys think about that? They exist here in the United States. They're covered up by the National Forest Service and also by the indigenous protection of landmarks. Apparently they've been using sites, petroglyphs, as a way or form of protecting these sites that are portals. The natives know this. But yeah, really interesting stuff in my movie notes that I've been covering, and news notes. Real quick update for the channel. Do you want to go into this real quick? So, Arnold Schwarzenegger has said King Conan, the script is officially done. It's in the works with 20th Century Studios. So that's really cool. Christopher McQuarrie will write and direct the film. So King Conan, a final installment in the franchise. We got Sylvester Stallone confirms he will executive produce the Rambo prequel film. Now before we didn't hear anything about him being attached to it. But officially Sly Stallone says Rambo's been a part of my life For a very long time, a character built on resilience, survival, and the scars of war. He's meant a lot to me and the audience around the world for decades. Now we're going back to where the story begins. I'm very excited to be executive producing John Rambo film exploring the early chapter of the man before the legend. So that's really cool. And then another update from Arnold. Arnold Schwarzenegger confirms Fox Studios is now working, 20th Century Studios, on a Commandos 2 film. So this is a sequel to the first Commandos. And he's also confirmed he's talking with Dan Trachtenberg to come back to the Predator franchise. So it's very interesting stuff. What do you guys think about all this? Be sure to like, comment down below, follow the channel for future coverage, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.